Yeah, maybe. I really do think though that for a hero like Enigma, you got to get the dagger. But maybe they're thinking the Zeus ult and perhaps Rigworld's spines are just always going to keep your dagger on CD. But who knows? Meanwhile, Rigworld is going to get a decent amount of gold off these Eidolons in top lane, hunting him down. He's trying to make up for lost gold from that last encounter. And yeah, he's definitely saving up. He's at 2,700 gold right now. He's only got 1,000 more to go. Meanwhile, mid lane, Lucifer goes down. Man, that's a couple times we've seen him kind of Rambo in. He got lucky last time because he had a haste rune. And an excellent stun from Sven last time, but this time he didn't have a 4-hero stun from Sven to save his life. So a little bit reckless, if you ask me.
Yeah, and this game is generally it's really not your standard 6.6 AC game. We see a lot of hero movement. Definitely not a Chinese game. Chinese game generally stick to their own side of the map and be like, okay, I farm, you farm, and then we engage at the late. But this game has a lot of hero movement, a lot more than I ever see. And if you look at the warding from both sides, they have wards on everywhere. Both teams placing very offensive wards, very defensive wards. Looks like the wards are mostly on the Scourge side, as Sentinel does have a lot of their towers up still, but really, this game has really high mobility. Just speaking of late game, who do you think has a better late game? We do see a Sniper and Rigorow on Scourge, but there is a Doom and a Sven on Sentinel. Which one has better late game potential?
Well, looking at this, it's actually really close because Rigorow does actually lose his effectiveness as the game goes on because armor levels just go really high, and he's really interesting is that, he'll of course be huge late game, but there are much better late game carries. You can't kill him, but he's not going to burst you down. No matter, even if he picks up his Radiance, he's going to be at the max damage he'll do for the rest of the game. Sniper is of course where the real late game challenge is going to be. But on the other side, we have just so many more disables, and Sven is going to be a decent late game. Honestly, none of them have like truly amazing late games. So a lot of it's up in the air. I would actually normally give the late game to the XtC, but I don't think Sniper actually has that decent farm. He's got I think less farm than he should at this point, considering the lane he was in and how he actually did pretty well in the beginning. But hopefully he'll be getting a Manta soon. It's making me check his farm. What is he at? He has a Yasha and he's got 1,600 gold, so he's definitely saving for that Manta. We'll see. He might prove me wrong a little bit. But Zeus certainly, normally, Zeus is actually decent because of his static field, or static shock or whatever, but considering the items that Sentinel is getting, he's going to be a non-factor.
It looks like this fan was trying to initiate on that bristleback, but really that was just not enough. I think both people did not lose anything, but the ultimate on Zeus is already used, so the blink daggers are quite safe here. I think with the regeneration item on Sentinel, look at those hoods and vanguards and mecha and all these items. They really can go for one of these towers. Looks like they're going to go for bottom tower. Speaking of which, CM sitting with her 1,000 HP decided to pick up a gem of true sight. That is a baller CM.
Wow,
it doesn't get any more baller than that. So
yeah, she's like, I'll get a gem, and that's cool because this Planeswalker cloak will be enough. So
yeah,
and we'll see if that is true in the upcoming battles. She has already been picked off a couple times, warding off in the woods. So I think though now that she has a gem, they're gonna have to guard her a little more closely rather than sending her deep into enemy neutral territory to try to look for wards. But we will see. That is definitely a pretty adventurous item choice, I think, at this stage of the game. And are we going to be seeing a battle pretty soon? All 10 heroes are in the same, 1/8 of the map. Although, yeah, they're just kind of sending Rigorow out scouting with his spines. He does have the Sacred Relic, if you notice. So maybe they're just they're probably just trying to wait. They're going to wait a little bit. I think they're just following him around, and he's going to farm up some neutrals until he gets to the Radiance. And then they might push out a little bit.
They might go for a big engagement. Yeah. And if you look, I mean, the CM picking up gem might be a little bit like of a risky move, but I'm actually switching over to Scourge camp right now. Scourge site. If you look at that, they have 0 wards up. They have no site advantage. All their exterior towers has been picked off. So this really map control dominance is really in heavy favor of Sentinel. But again, once Rigorow picks up his Radiance, a lot of it changed. It looks like with this map control, Sentinel going for the Aegis, it's going to be real interesting who picks it up here.
Yeah.
I think it might be the Doom. I have no idea.
Yeah, Doom's picking it up. And man, every person has a hood. Is Crystal Maiden also going to be getting a hood? Are they just going to go Team Hood? That's like, how often do you seen that? Especially.
Or just get a pipe. I mean, what the hell is the difference?
Well, I certainly hope one of these heroes turns it into a pipe. I mean, I expect someone will. Unless there's like a rule against pipe or something, but I'm not aware of such a thing.
No, but it's stupid though. If you look at the Sentinel, if you look at Scourge lineup, they don't have that much magical damage. Like, a Zeus does not warrant getting hood on every single one of your hero.
Yeah.
Did they mistakenly thinking that Rigro is a magical damage of some sort? I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially when Rigoro's the one who's doing very well on their team. I think you can stop focusing on the magic reduction, and perhaps instead of one of the farmers put their money into a Cuirass or something. That will definitely greatly help out your team in terms of Rigoro and his spines, because that's really the only damage threat. I mean, Sniper is going to keep getting more and more of a damage threat, but really it's just him and Rigoro, and right now particularly Rigoro, and sure, of course you're going to really have to worry about those. Man, I keep calling them spines. Quill Spray, but I really do think that a Cuirass is going to be necessary. We're probably going to see a Cuirass at some point, but it's definitely going to be way delayed considering everyone's deciding to go Vanguard Hood Mecha beforehand, or something like that. So.
Yeah. And also, look at what Crystal Maiden just did over there. Really, really smart play. Had a gem, no sight overhead, so you use your Frost Nova just for sight to check out whether there's a ward to counter. So that's just little smart plays that only pro players would make, and that differentiates between pros and average Joes.
Although. Was she alone? I actually missed that myself because
she was with 2 or 3 people, and it looks like Vengeful Spirit is in a little trouble. Let's see if you're gonna swap someone in. No, she's probably gonna die there. Deny that Venge. There you go. Nice deny there. It looks like they are gonna go in. That Rigro is just standing in front of everything. Let's see, Enigma trying to find a black hole, but those damage will be stacking up. They are gonna focus on Rigro. No, they cannot. They just don't do enough damage. So I think the Zeus ultimate has already used. They do pick up a Venge. So if you're pushing now, or if you're pushing anytime, you gotta push now.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, he has picked up that Radiance, and look at this. Is he going to be able to single-handedly hold them off, essentially? And yeah, his damage is just immense at the moment. They tried to surpass him, and we saw that. We get a blink over the Rigro going for the Sniper. They're like, we don't even want to think about you. And but you can't exactly do that, as Sven is finding out the hard way right now. He goes down. The gem's on the ground right now. Is it going to be picked up? Enigma runs up, picks it up. Oh, dropping the Basilius, though.
Rigro says, yeah, I'll take your Basilius. And goes on a chase on the Doom. I think Doomburn should be okay. He does have Scourge Sheriff. Do not get that goo on you. If you get your goo, oh my god.
He's a goner.
That goo is so nasty. In more than one way. He does have 15 charge on the Magic Wand. No TP throw. Yeah, oh my god, he's gonna be in trouble. The Satyrs purging like a beast. Where you at?
Whoa, MVP Satyr right there. MVP Satyr. That is huge, man. Honestly, because that would have killed. They would have killed Lucifer. That would have killed Doom and gotten rid of his Aegis as well. Like
I think Doom walked by that cam like it's like, dude, if you don't purge me later, I'm gonna eat you right now. And Satyr's like, okay, I got you.
All right, I got your back. Yeah. Wow, that is intense. That is a lucky break for Nirvana, but they're taking this advantage to take out mid-tower finally.
Yeah, Scourge is gonna take out this tower, so. I think with that Radiance, it's really a big turning point into the game, and Rigro is really coming back. And earlier I was talking about who has a better late game, and I am I really like the Dairycraft, and on paper the Sentinel team, the Scourge team is like perfect because with the beastly tank in the front and the sniper damage shield at the back, Sentinel is really in a bad trouble. Sentinel has 2 choices. Either they run from the Rigro, which is not a good choice, or they blink in and focus on the sniper. But you have Zeus for that too, to cancel the blink. And of course, the Vengeful Spirit scales really well into the late game with Terror and Command Aura. So on paper, they're like perfect late game. As odd as that sounds, they're gonna focus on the Rigro. There is a Doom on him. I'm not too sure whether that's a waste or not. Yeah, that's definitely a waste. They're not gonna catch him. So.
Whoa, they're going to go for the Witch Doctor, though. And I think he's going to teleport out in time. So that was an unsuccessful kill attempt there from Nirvana. But really, they didn't lose anything. Oh, they did lose Doom. So let's see if that makes a difference if there's a team battle to come up pretty soon. And yeah, about the late game, I think Rigworld really, he'd been focusing a lot on farming, but I think now the priority definitely should be going to Sniper. He really has his core, and I think he is very buff at the moment. So, like, sure, he can go down if he does get basically team raped, like 5-on-1 or something, but I think that if XtC plays it smart and they all stick together, he really doesn't have anything to worry about, and for that reason they should be handing all the farm to Sniper. Sniper is, of course they can't expect Sniper to get every creep kill in every lane, so as you see right now he's actually mopping up bottom, but I think XtC actually will stand a pretty good chance if we see some crazy insane like ZSMJ farm from this Sniper coming up. So let's keep an eye on his item set. He's definitely the wild card right now.
Yeah, I've been watching Sniper farming for the past minute or so as you were talking about the Sniper, and I mean, he is lasting every single creep, no denying that, but if you look at his item choices, these Sniper players that we've been recently seeing pro games are making really, really questionable item choices. Manta first, perfect, A-OK, no complaints there, but the items after are always really, really questionable. Looks like he have an Ogre Axe. Now, Ogre Axe is a BKB. If your Sniper is forced to get BKB, there is something wrong, or at SNY, and if your carry Sniper is going SY, there's something wrong there as well, so I have no idea what the hell he's even thinking he's making. Like, yeah, I think we've seen Sniper going, Scotty after Mantis out, which is another very questionable choice, because your Sniper is your glass cannon. You don't want your glass cannon to start tanking. You have Bristleback already for that, so I really don't know what the hell, Sniper is thinking right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit different usually when you go against a squad like this. If you're faced with Blink Daggers, then it kind of does negate the Sniper, but you're not against the Blink Daggers. You're against the one Sven Blink Dagger. Man, Lion is not even getting Blink Dagger now. He has a plate mail. Like, what does he think this game is? There's not a single offensive item on, like, any of these heroes except for there's really actually no offensive items in the game right now for Sentinel side, except
this
for
reminds me of this reminds me of like Dota a year ago. Well, not a year. Yeah, it's like SMM, SMM
Yeah.
Malaysia, where everyone won Vanguard and then Hood and then all these tanking items. So
Yeah.
you know how boring those games were. It went like 80 minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't know how this game is gonna go. So
There's literally no
yeah.
offensive items except for the dagger, and that's like so very interesting so far. Like, Nirvana is really, I do not know what they're afraid of. Although while I say this, I would give them the upper hand in this game right now. And they do just pick off. And even though Lucifer does go down, he does have an Aegis, so he's going to come back alive, and they actually get 2 heroes for the price of none. So, Nirvana is, and, thanks to their tank items, they are very strong, and I guess their teamwork, honestly, though, we can't credit their items for how they're doing. I think they're winning because of, these great team battles that we're seeing. So, perhaps they'd be doing better with different items. Perhaps not. Maybe it is pretty integral. But meanwhile, we see a blink up from Sven, and they're going to go for this tower. And is Rigoroll going to be able to hold this off? This is always an interesting position to have a Rigoroll in, because you want to have your back to them, but you want to keep facing forwards and getting close enough so that you can get everyone in your Radiance and Quill Spray. So we're going to see a lot of this dancing back and forth, and as soon as you get Hex, he turns around. So it's a little the Rigoroll dance that we're going to see right now.
I think those tanky items are just allowing Sentinel just says, what, Rigor, what? We're just going to stand here and take your tower, and there's nothing you could do about it. They got what they wanted, and they're going to turn back. And again, with that Rigor dance, I think it starts to make sense now. Sentinel saying, okay, you got Zeus, so Dagger is not going to be, ultra effective, but we're going to say, we're going to get so much tank items that, will make you, stand there and do all your stuff, but it's not going to be enough. And it looks like Sentinel could just basically walk in, and it looks like there is a really ninja black hole from the back, but I don't think they could pick off Rigor. Zeus has a BKB of all oh my god, this is some Merlini. Zeus Merlini's the only one I've ever seen a BKB on Zeus, but Merlini's a different beast. Looks like Nirvana Zo has picked off someone, and that Rigor is still alive despite being the primary focus of the entire team fight.